Hello, fellow travelers at heart, and welcome to our very first port day of our Hawaii cruise, Kauai. This was our first glimpse of the island, and was it a nice sight to see after 5 days at sea. This was a very special port. Not only was it our first port in Hawaii, but we were also spending an overnight here, which we had actually never done before on a Disney cruise. So it's basically like you get 2 days in Kauai to enjoy. This is us coming into the harbor. It was actually it was actually quite a tight squeeze. I believe the Disney Wonder is one of the largest ships, if not the largest ship, that can actually dock in Kauai. And we actually needed some assistance. We had some help from a tugboat that was actually helping to push the ship where it needed to go to avoid the rocks in the harbor. The location where we ended up docking is on the southeastern side of Kauai, a little bit south of the airport. So our plan for this first day was to pick up a rental car from the airport and then head to the southwestern portion of the island. Here we go, getting off the ship in Hawaii. A common theme of this trip is that we have to lug around Jasper's car seat everywhere, but it's worth it, it's okay. Our main goal for today is to get to Waimea Canyon State Park. We do plan on making a couple stops along the way, but the drive time is about 50 minutes to an hour. Here is our ride for the next 2 days. If you know, you know. Always make sure to take a video walking around your rental car before you start driving it. Once we made sure that everything was okay with the car, we headed towards our first stop, which was the Walmart on Kauai, because we needed, can you guess? No, not fresh Lay's, although they did look very tempting. We needed to get diapers for Jasper. Then we headed and grabbed some lunch before we were heading to Waimea Canyon, and this place was great. Highly recommend. It's close by the airport, and they had really fresh poke. Quick little beach stop so that we could eat our lunch and so that Jasper could play in the water. Finally, we were headed towards our main destination of the day, Waimea Canyon, and the scenery was just beautiful on the drive. It was really nice to see the mountains in the distance. There are many places to stop once you get within the state park, so just, be very careful when you pull over to the side of the road because there's lots of people driving. One of the stops where we stayed and hung out a little bit was the Kalalau Lookout. Sorry if I completely mispronounced that. And that was nice because there was a nice guardrail. Always good when you have a little kid. Makes you feel a little less anxious as a parent if there's a guardrail. Then we took a little bit more of an adventurous route There was road closure up to the final lookout point, but you were allowed to walk, so we parked the car and walked. As you can see, there was nobody else there, so that was kind of nice. At least nobody parked. This was probably my favorite lookout spot because you can see some waterfalls and, of course, the cliffs leading down to the ocean. It was a little stressful though because we held Jasper most of the time, or held his hand, and we were all pretty tired from walking along that road. It was probably like between 1 mile and 2 miles uphill, and we knew we had to make the return trip. But, you know, worth it for the view. On the way back to the ship, we needed to stop at Kauai Coffee. It's our absolute favorite. It has a really beautiful location that you can walk around, coffee orchards that you can walk through. I think they're called orchards, I'm not sure. And some nice little photo spots, as well as a store that does coffee samples. And you can buy ground coffee and coffee beans to take home with you. Jasper's favorite part was the deck area. He ran around, played with some other kids, and even made one new friend. Hello. Everyone was winding down after a really fun day in the sun, so the store actually had closed, but they were very kind and they allowed us to stay on the premises and tour the coffee plant estate. So we got to say hi to the cats that lived there. They were very friendly. And we just walked around, did a little self-guided tour. This was really cool to see. I absolutely love coffee, and you don't get a lot of chances to see coffee plants, so this was pretty cool to see them up close. They're green. Fun fact about me, hibiscus flowers are my favorite flower, and I actually have some planted at home. We said goodbye to Kauai Coffee and we headed over to get some early dinner. Really good sushi. It was excellent, no notes, delicious. One of the perks of having an overnight port on a cruise is you can catch the sunset at the port destination. So this is our sunset views at Poipu Beach on the way back to the ship. And it was absolutely totally worth the stop. Parking was a little tricky, but we managed. And this beach is really cool because they actually sometimes have visitors such as seals and sea turtles. It's very important that you respect the distance, keep a distance away from the sea turtles so you can see people kind of establish a perimeter. But it was really cool and special to see the sea turtles coming in from the water to lay out on the sand. Jasper really enjoyed that. He loves turtles. Make sure you follow along for our next video in the Hawaii cruise series because we head to Maui and we actually get to swim with sea turtles. So Jasper was running and watching the surfers, and then he decided he wanted to try to copy the sea turtles. I just love his little scoot to the water. Oh, can't get past Dad. We did let him put his feet in the water. With the sun already having set, we made our way back to the cruise ship. Our friends kindly watched Jasper for us when he was asleep so that we could go have a little date night together. This is the Cove Cafe on the Disney Wonder. One of our favorite places, if not the best place on the ship to get coffee. And then this is inside the Cadillac Lounge. We pretty much had the place to ourselves. I actually really like the theming in here, and the oversized chairs were super comfortable. You can seat 2 people in them. The drink I got came with 2 chocolates. Love that. I'm a chocolate girl. Justin got some type of old-fashioned. Then we actually left the ship just for a little bit to get some video of the outside. All lit up. It was so pretty. Good morning, it's the next morning and we are getting coffee and breakfast. Our plan for the second day was to head north. So our first stop was the Wailua waterfall, and it has a couple overlooks that we stopped at. Oh, and it started raining as we were watching the kayakers kayak down the river. That was fun. Oh my goodness, so many chickens in Hawaii. You'll meet so many chicken friends when you go. The beaches on the north side of Kauai, northeast side I should say, the waves can get pretty big, so we were trying to be safe. We didn't let Jasper swim here, but somebody, a local, very kind man, he actually pointed us to a spot called the Baby Beach, and as you can see, it's protected by rocks and even some driftwood. So that was a really nice place, and we could see a lot of other kiddos who were getting in the water and swimming. Then it was lunchtime. We went to a place that we had been to before actually on Kauai, but I don't really want to name it because it wasn't as good this time as it was last time, so it shall remain unnamed. This is our drive going back to the ship. We didn't plan to be out the entire day today, so this is us driving back to the ship. I love driving around the islands of Hawaii. It's just such different scenery than you can see almost anywhere else. Definitely not in the continental United States. This was our other favorite pastime, watching people come back. Some of them came back late from the port, but you know, we waited for them, so it was fine.
We're sailing away from Kauai. We had such a good time on this overnight port, and tomorrow we will be in Maui. So excited. Had such an amazing time. Can't wait to tell you guys about it. And yeah, we'll see you in Maui.
back to cruise ship life. That night we had Animator's Palette for dinner, and there was a very special show to go with all of our delicious food, so we really enjoyed that.
Animation magic! I'll be back later, but right now, we invite you to sit back and relax as the dining room proudly presents your dinner. Be
Hello, it's me from the future. While I'm editing this, I just needed to pop in and say I didn't get any footage of the show from Animators that night because so if you don't know, you get to draw on a special piece of paper and then your animations come to life and dance on the screen, and they have like a little song and dance. It's really cute, and we were really looking forward to seeing that. For some reason our drawings did not make it onto the screen, so we were so sad because they weren't there. So we did get to do a makeup though, so that'll be in a future video. But I also just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoy the Hawaii series, and I'd really love to finish it. I'm working on it, so thank you, bear with me, and all right, I'll see you later. Bye.